is Hope Ramos, and for this year's PRiME competition, I have submitted a condensed version of my master's thesis, which is Northern Californian Farmers' Perceptions of the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. The reason I submitted my thesis is because I thought it fit perfectly with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, specifically Goal 6. Goal 6 seeks to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Water efficiency, availability, and management is a struggle that many nations suffer from every day. Before COVID-19, 2.2 billion people lacked the ability to safely manage their drinking water, and 4.2 billion people lacked the ability to safely manage sanitation. With the spread of COVID now, it is making it exceedingly more difficult to access these resources, and it is more than likely to interfere with the goals and deadlines of Goal 6. It's a state that's always been a conflict when it comes to water, whether it be from droughts, the inconsistent water supply, or the unstable management and distribution of water throughout the state. In order to combat these problems, state officials have begun implementing policies, one of which is the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act, or SGMA. It was signed and approved by former Governor Jerry Brown in 2014 and is California's first groundwater management policy. SGMA essentially seeks to form local groundwater management agencies, and these agencies create a groundwater sustainable plan, with them being unique and specific to that area. So the question my thesis sought to essentially answer was, what do farmers think of SGMA? Many farmers rely on groundwater for their line of work, so SGMA is something that they are more than likely aware of. For my study, a closed and open-ended survey was administered electronically to 130 farmers, companies, organizations, and bureaus located in the Northern California region. The end results included 20 completed surveys from farmers located in Colusa, Solano, and Yolo County, and one interview was conducted with a government official from Sacramento. There were 3 limitations that stopped my opportunity in gathering more subjects and data, and those were wildfires, harvest season, and COVID-19. In my findings, farmers' perceptions towards SGMA, politicians implementing policies regarding groundwater, and government in general were negative. Interestingly, when asked if they thought SGMA was working, 68% said that they weren't sure, but the remaining percentage said that no, it wasn't working. Another question that was asked was if politicians should be involved in groundwater policies, with 80% saying no and 20% saying yes, they should be involved. One question asked if politicians listened to farmers about groundwater and groundwater issues, and the overwhelming majority at 90% said no, with the remaining saying yes. And when asked if they thought that local government was doing a good job or have been doing their job, the majority strongly disagreed. However, the other main finding that I discovered in my data collection was that not all feelings were negative. If legislators were to come to farmers for their opinions on groundwater management, would you be more than willing to support it? Everyone said yes to this question, and it's the only question where it was a unanimous answer. The 20th question was an open-ended question where farmers could leave comments about their feelings. Again, most of them were negative and harsh towards politicians, but there were a couple that showed promise and made the comment that they were hopeful to see how SGMA and groundwater management would play out in the future. So overall, my data findings showed that the 2 main perceptions from farmers were negativity in the form of doubt, distrust, and anger, but also there was hope. In conclusion to my data, there are 2 main recommendations that I gave. The first being that farmers and government officials wait and monitor the progress of SGMA, as it is still in the early years of its implementation. The other recommendation is to mend the relationship between farmers and government through civic engagement. This will be the first step in rebuilding trust between the 2 stakeholders and creating a sustainable future for any groundwater endeavors. Thank you.